Allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power over Naira. Still them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun la wa mo la mo do. Mayegun diary,
hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo la mo do.
Mayegun diary, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun diary, gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, bó bá ṣe àní Mayegun máa wí.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Mayegun today, it is the turn of Mary Odili.
Fatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary, àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀. What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, we like
Don't bring chaos to Nigeria. Don't bring the roof down because you lost elections. wherever you have litigations and you have Ironipekun as one of the defendants, they are professionals and they have done a great job, which means if you lose election, just go away.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ìṣúra ṣe aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o ayé ìṣúra ṣe òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ìṣúra ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ṣúra kì ayé ìṣúra kì.
Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. And I hope you have actually read the description of the broadcast after reading the caption of the broadcast. Yes, there's not much in the description tonight, yeah? Because most of them are going to come later as extra to this main one, trending. I have been saying it repeatedly that this whole establishment is beyond just your politicians. Last night, I was able to also show to you that your politicians have done so well for themselves that they believe to survive in the Nigeria crooked political system, you must have your own mole in the judiciary, in every institution that would likely want to stop or checkmate you. We got to see that last night. I also told you that as the days to the judgment day of your tribunal gets closer and closer, you are going to be hearing from different kind of elder statesmen, they will call them elderly men and women, pastors, and then you have imams, and all of them. They will be working your brains to accept a fraud, a coup as a normal thing. It doesn't have to be this much. Of course, if you all have noticed, their main worry is that how are you going to react when the same constitution of Nigeria is finally trampled upon and trashed by this judiciary? So they started the campaign of don't blackmail us. Stop telling us what to do. Stop trying to intimidate us. Stop asking us questions. Let us do our work. And all these things like why people were just asking, could you give them a date? Because the longer you wait, the more rumors, ASAs, and other informations will be filtering. I mean, they will be coming out. But rather than them do that, they have embarked on what I told you they would do. You will start hearing from, crooks like Mary Odili. Who is Mary Odili? Maybe we should start from that, okay? And then we get to the message she was sent to deliver. Mrs. Mary Odili, the wife to the former governor of Rivers State, she became a judge while she was first lady. Then she became a member of the Nigeria Supreme Court. She became a Supreme Court judge. That's how she became Justice Mary Odili. Now, the political facilitation of her becoming what she became, which normally, right, as a woman, it was a great achievement in Nigeria judicial system that is mostly
populated by men. But behind the scene, Mary Odili is just an instrument, a quota system instrument of systemically stabilizing the rotten establishment called Nigeria. She is just there, like many others, playing her own role in stabilizing the fraud, the corruption that Nigeria represents behind the scene with that wig and others. As politicians are putting their wives, their girlfriends, their children into joining the bench, preparing them to become justices, judges from the lower court, then accelerate their promotion, right, to the Supreme Court, to the Court of Appeal, so that they can then play the key legal balance role for the criminals that actually process them. What is the history of Mary Odili? By 2015, Mary Odili had become the justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. A great feat that actually earned her so much respect, including to some of you who are watching me tonight. She's one of those you call the role models. I'm talking about people you would love, your children to look up to and say, look at her, see us, look at her, look at her achievement. She is as stinkingly corrupt as the establishment in Nigeria. So what happened? In 2015, when APC, Egbekegbe came in, then people destroying people, they've lost the center. Having lost the center, somehow, that puts a lot of the PDP governors at the time in serious legal dilemma. It's a change of government. Who is your person? Because Amechi, that lost, replacing himself with his own Suji in Rivers State, they decided to go to court. Wike that became this mad Wike, was just like a fish out of the water. His own godmother back then was Patience Jonathan. Meanwhile, before Patience Jonathan, Peter Odili, the former governor, when Goodluck Ebere Jonathan became became president in 2010, it was Peter Odili that actually nominated the former Obiakpo local government chairman, Wike, as minister under Jonathan. That's how he became the Minister of Education. So he owed them that. And when Amechi started, when Patience Jonathan started dragging Amechi, if you remember, Wike stood by. In fact, the same thing he's doing right now. It was like, I am the one who can face Amechi. I will defeat him like that. And he got what he wanted. So it was a legal case then. Amechi having controlled the center with Buhari and all that, it was time to kind of show Wike who was the master. That was where Mary Odili came in. Wike became governor. For the first 6 months to 1 year, he had no peace of mind. In fact, this one is just like a rumor now, okay? There's no fact about it, that the ogogoro that Wike has now become a liquor, like somebody who drinks a lot now. They said the frustration started the day he got sworn in. It was this robust, kind of a fresh-looking young man at the time, if you remember his image. His photo then. They say it was the pressure that he could be kicked out anytime since Jonathan's structure and everything everywhere is being uprooted. It was Mary Odili who approached the justices at the Supreme Court of Nigeria with 5 billion naira. This is a report, and a report that the reason why she didn't get so indicted was that when the report came out, she's already retired. 5 billion naira. They say she was weeping, she was crying, begging all those judges then that if anything should happen, she will become a widow. She was crying. She told them, she said, if Wike is removed, she, Mary Odili, will become a widow because her husband will die. Peter Odili, he will die. With 5 billion naira, Wike secured the 2015 first term. So around that time, Wike further entrenched himself in the judicial scheme and game of power. Remember, he himself claimed to be a lawyer. His wife is also a lawyer. So somehow, it was like, you know what? If you want to succeed in this career, get your family members to become judges in Nigeria, and the rest will be done. Don't worry. Yesterday, I played you the video of Bokashua talking about this woman, the former president of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria, who gave, who gave a fraudulent judgment that they put in total political and otherwise judgment that came out of the courts and the judges that this woman approved. There are more than 680 judgments. She is supposed to be arrested. And all of those who have been given approval under her, put under probe, dead and alive. And you will get to see her. So her husband said she allowed him to encroach on her space and used that position to help all his friends, politicians, governors, this, that, at the Court of Appeal. But at the Supreme Court of Nigeria, Mary Odili was Iron Lady. The other governor that got a clearance from Mary Odili and the bribery of the Nigeria Judiciary was Benayade. Benayade of Cross River also gave Mary Odili 5 billion naira to bribe the Supreme Court justices of Nigeria in that same 2015-2016. All of these were among the things they've swept under the carpet. But, well, unsurprisingly, obedient are uprooting them today. And you see, coming out to show all of the corruption allegation against some of these judges, past and present, is what they now call blackmailing them. Is what they now said, you are trying to bring the roof of Nigeria down. And in her words, before I continue, Mary Odili, talking about the 2023 elections, in her words, listen to them carefully, because she shows them carefully. They wrote a speech for her, kind of. They went to a gathering in one of their own usual Bonkele gatherings, and she delivered a message that actually threatens Nigerians for demanding accountability and constitutionality from the people that are saddled with the responsibility of protecting same. But guess what? Ironekpekun was also fingered. He is actually so famous for bribing judges for political, election petition tribunals. No joke. In 2019 alone, those who are tracking briberies paid to Nigeria judges for political judgment alone, they tracked 9.8 billion naira. Go and Google it. 9.8 billion naira is how much that these people tracked were paid to different judges at different tribunal cases across Nigeria in 2019 alone. Do you get that? And the key person behind that has a message for you. Mary.
This colloquium and book launch in honor of Chief Kyari Gazama upon the attainment of 25 years as the senior advocate of Nigeria is an epochal achievement. It is no doubt appropriate that the theme is, quote, the Nigeria of our dreams, a call to the patriots. I say so in the light of the prevailing situation in Nigeria as a result of the 2023 general elections, which has generated a lot of storm, necessitating the conversation which we are about to indulge in, as there seems to be moves to throw the nation into chaos or conflagration. These may be brought about by some individuals and groups who, fanning the embers of hatred bigotry, and tribalism fail to see the possible outcomes of the utterances without caution that are being thrown around. It is human to feel cheated or having the short end of the stick, but one who is not declared a winner at any of the electoral contests, such emotions, however grim, does not justify bringing the roof down, the roof of our nation. The reason is simple, that in such an eventuality, that aggrieved person may not be spared, as the commotion that would ensue would be like an unguided missile which could land anywhere and upon anyone. Therefore, in ventilating our points of view and facts at the electoral tribunals or other courts, a sense of responsibility from all parties is demanded. The situation does not call for the blackmail of the judges or the posting of speculatory hypotheses, giving them such a life of their own, which run riot and accepted by the helpless and innocent in the society as the truth. Knowing the quality of participants at this colloquium, and I am happy professional, those who are well equipped in litigation matters or electoral disputes. Chief Olonekweku is a master, and our Attorney General, recently sworn in. These are experts. I am confident that having such persons here, including our chief host, Chief J.K. Gazama, there is confidence that at the end of the day, a resetting of the mind would be taking place, and we would keep things in perspective in the full knowledge that elections are seasonal and litigations relating thereto of the same bend. And so, when the seasons are gone, the courts get back to their natural and regular duties of adjudication regarding the affairs and rights of all persons, irrespective of their status in life. J.K. Gazama, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has called us to this discourse, lest we forget our past, the recent happenings in our country, and the need for a restoration of the ethos and the values for which the founding fathers had set in motion as guide to all of us, young and old, irrespective of the positions we occupy in the society. We all have to get our acts together.
Because she is a woman, I'm going to try my possible best, to be respectful in how I am going to analyze the jargons she just spewed now, okay? I'm going to try my best. Kindly indulge me. According to the speech that they possibly wrote for her, she started off with elections. We always have winners and losers, kind of, okay? And some group of people that does not warrant bringing down the roof of Nigeria by some group of people, because the consequences of trying to bring the roof of Nigeria down will be so huge on you that it's going to be like an atomic bomb, okay? Like a missile. She called it missiles. that nobody knows where it's going to end. Practically saying, the judiciary is not responsible, okay, for your election and all that. And whatever the decision the judiciary make is based on the ethos and the whatever laying foundation of their founding father, kind of, right? Then she went on to talk about Wole Olanipekun, Tinubu's lawyer at the tribunal. She went to speak also about Fagbemi, APC lawyer at the tribunal, the ongoing tribunal. She called them experts in litigation when it comes to tribunal. So according to her, they have already perfected, okay? The result of the tribunal is that Tinubu won the election. But if some of you are not kind of thinking that elections is seasonal, you can come back and try again next time, okay? And the judgment is going to be the judgment anyway. And all of you who are posting, talking about social media, you are posting on, like you are posting about the judges, which means you are talking about us. You are saying things, okay? So what you are doing is that if we then say, okay, fine, this is the judgment and Tinubu is the winner, you are telling us, the judges, that we will be responsible for whatever happened after that. No, you will be responsible for anything that happened after that. That's what she's practically telling you. All right? She said, for those who are trying to bring down the roof, and how are you trying to bring down the roof of Nigeria, by the way? There's somebody who forged and submitted fake university certificate, no primary, no secondary education. Somebody who perjured himself. Is that not against the law? Somebody who have a dual citizenship but didn't declare it, even when the law says he has to declare them and renounce them. Is that not what the Supreme Court and all the laws should be about? So if you're asking them to kind of quote that law and do what is right, how is that bringing down the roof? How? Okay. I am sorry, guys. I want to replay it.
This colloquium and book launch in honor of Chief Kyari Gazama upon the attainment of 25 years as the senior advocate of Nigeria is an epochal achievement. It is no doubt appropriate that the theme is, quote, the Nigeria of our dreams, a call to the patriots. I say so in the light of the prevailing situation in Nigeria as a result of the 2023 general elections, which has generated a lot of storm, necessitating the conversation which we are about to indulge in, as there seems to be moves to throw the nation into chaos or conflagration. These may be brought about by some individuals and groups who, fanning the embers of hatred, bigotry, and tribalism, fail to see the possible.
Please, which group fan the ember of hatred and tribalism in this your charade election? Which group of people ban another tribe from voting in an election in this your past election? Which other tribe told, which political group and their supporters told the Igbos to leave Yoruba land because of election? How could you then turn around that big? Is that not the same thing that Confessor Wole Soyinka also did? When he decided to gaslight you by claiming that you are the fascist, you are people who don't want to listen to other people's opinions, you are disrespectful, you want everybody to follow you, you obedient. Were you not seeing the gaslighting at the time? All of these things are intentional. they know you will react. So that they can say, hey, look at them. Oh, what did Mary Odili say now? What did she say now? That they have started abusing her. She only said those who are sharing bigotry and all of that. No, be on this same street. See, people told you that nobody will vote for Peter Obi in northern Nigeria because he is an infidel. Have you forgotten? Is it not on this same your elections? But when they put it there, hate, hatred, posting, they are gaslighting you. Because they know you are going to react. And then they can say, what did she say now? Are you going to now abuse Ooni of Ife? Because Ooni of Ife said, let peace reign. Oh, are you going to start abusing Kumuyi now? Why are you abusing Kumuyi now? Shebi they just advising you, ni. They are gaslighting you. That's what they are doing. Do you understand how that works? It is working your brain. Ironic Pekun that defended Tinubu, dual citizenship, Guinea passport, inside court, the smart professional Ironic Pekun said the Guinea passport of Tinubu, the Guinea citizenship of Tinubu has expired because the passport has expired. That is the professional litigant or professional litigator that Mary Odili is talking about, because everything now buy higher purchase. But that's what they do. And that's exactly what they are going to get into now. The social media is the problem. These people want to bring Nigeria down. For asking the judges to do the right thing. We must make sure we... Do you remember this video, by the way? This guy.
To control the nature, the content, and direction of its own media. Government may not, because we are in a democracy, may not have the legal authority to compel the private owner of a station or of a medium how to run his or her own organization, as long as the general laws guiding such industry are complied with. So, but in a nutshell, the first thing is to create a conducive environment for media practitioners. I am one, and I said it inside the chamber. I remain one. So it's in my own personal interest, apart from professional interest, to ensure that we create that enabling environment. Because this is a fleeting job. After my stint, I go back to my journalism. After my stint in Lagos State, I went back to my journalism and communications consultancy for 15, 16 years. So I'm part and parcel of that profession, and I will make sure that, one, the remuneration of journalists, of media practitioners, must be enhanced, must be improved upon. The general welfare of practitioners. Two, the equipment available to practitioners at any level, whether it's print, electronic, online, wherever. Equipment must be upgraded to ensure more efficiency and efficacy of practice. Number three, attitudinal. Like I said inside the chambers, all of us in Nigeria must change our attitude to our environment. Hitherto, there was this saying that government property was nobody's property. The same attitude to government funds, resources, government money is nobody's money, so you could steal it at will or spend it frivolously and all of that. Those things are attitudinal that we need to change. So we journalists are part and parcel of the society, and we also have our own detrimental contribution to the values that have been desecrated by our own attitude. So we also need to change our attitude to our employers, to our profession, to our society, and that's where a sense of responsibility comes. So it's a question of combination of factors and variables. But one thing you can take away is that me, as a media person, the welfare and interest of the media is what happens to be right.
Now, when you talk about the private sector, with regard to the media, we find that you talked about the regulations abiding by the laws of the industry, but a lot of private media outfits can barely get by these days because of stringent policies. Like you talked about the NBC, the annual dues. Some of them are almost stringent, let us use that word. Media owners are struggling. They are not like NGA and the others that have subvention. And so, I don't know what we do to make the environment more conducive for the private sector.
I have already said what you can do for the private sector.
Regulations and like
no, I disagree with you that the fees are stringent at all. How much is the fee? Per annum. I don't want to talk about it. If you take me up on that, I will take you up and I will reveal a lot of things, even about the practice in the private sector. In fact, I've always held that.
Something, right? Let me save you all that stress. Because it's still pretty much like about 3 minutes away from where I actually wanted him to drop that line. And the line is about regulations, okay? Especially when it comes to free speech and all that. And that is when Dele Alakori started talking about control. Now, control, changing attitude, changing orientation. Those are the kind of a sound words that you are going to be hearing from these criminals and those they are going to also hire to speak to your brain and to your mind. All these sound words, right? It's not that they actually believe in any of them, but at the same time, it is the drive for their real agenda, control. We need to begin to let our young people think like this. Just what they have been kind of fighting, okay? Because they've had a lot of control for a while, but they are losing that control right now, and they are now kind of putting it in their words like orientation. We must do everything to make sure that our youth understand what is called respect for authority. Our youth, they must understand something called the fear of God, to listen to elders, because the elders knows best. Whatever the elders see sitting down, if a young man climbed Kilimanjaro, 1,000-story building, he will never see it, and all those nonsense that they love to say. So orientation change. Don't join them when you see all these people that are currently abusing, criticizing people who are old enough to be their fathers, people who are old enough to be their mothers. Don't be like them, because government is doing everything now to start arresting them. Don't end up in jail. Don't let government kill you. That is the orientation they want to kind of start spreading already, but it is too late. When they gave this guy appointment, they said, oh, they are appointing a young man. Tinubu has the vision. Bosun Tijani Abi, sure. Listen to him. His own idea of how to control communication, how to control what people say or share about the people in government and others. Just same way like the social media bill, hate speech law that they were trying to put together under Bokwari that failed. So these guys are back, maybe with better English now.
In the US, a couple of elections ago, and what role did it play? The ability to hack Facebook. Today, we all know in Nigeria as well, the role that platforms like Twitter plays in shaping what people think, how people think in most cases, without being aware. So your data is extremely important.
The minister assures that collaborative measures are already in place to ensure the safety of Nigerians' data.
We are taking proactive steps to strengthen our data protection framework. We're working with all stakeholders, including the National Assembly, towards the enactment and implementation of robust data protection laws, one that is aligned with international standards. These laws will hold organizations accountable for how they collect, process, but also store data, so that everyone is fully aware about how their data will be used.
The Nigeria Data Protection Commission was established after President Bola Tinubu signed into law the Nigeria Data Protection Bill with a core mandate to enhance personal data protection, develop personal data protection technologies, conduct investigations into violations, and impose penalties, among others. The National Commissioner of the Commission, Mr. Vincent Olatunji, says no violator will be left to go scot-free.
The fact is that Nigeria Data Protection Commission can issue fine to any organization. Just happened in South Africa. The Data Protection Commission issued a fine to the Federal Ministry of Justice. And the funniest thing, their DPA is under the Ministry of Justice there. Just like NDBC in Nigeria issue fine to our Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy. You know what that means. That is the extent the whole world is going. And the fines can be very huge.
The consensus reached at this event is that inasmuch as the Data Protection Commission collaborates with relevant government agencies to ensure compliance, citizens must also educate others around them on the value of their data and how to protect it from being exploited.
And that's a Bosuti Jani talking about, they kind of concentrating on collecting data for whatever other nonsense they said in there. But behind the scene, the job that ISA pandemic did, collecting the data of Nigerians, okay? This is what you just saw there, right? Is already in effect. But it isn't to help the economy of Nigeria like they just postulated. Because what they have done so far, okay, is to collect the data of Nigeria which passes through them. They have invested money into hacking into your WhatsApp, okay? If you are communicating on WhatsApp through Nigeria, they can read your WhatsApp. They bought a machine for that, all right? They have a, they have a sort of a whole building built, okay? And that building is to sort through all the data. For those who are talking about, that was under Boko Haram, those who are talking about Boko Haram, those of you who are using the social media to organize, you know what happened during the NSAS, all right? So what happened then was that as you are using the social media to kind of mobilize and organize, your data and communication and those you are interacting with, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, they have every one of them on their screen there as a person of interest, so they can shut your entire financial system down. They can kind of shut down your international passport, your passport, right? And they can also listen to your communication, your text messages and every one of them, so that they can pick you up anytime, anywhere. Bosun Tijani, show working, all right, is here to talk about data, and it started from Twitter. Remember Twitter? Twitter, this and that. So we want to work and make sure there are companies who uses Nigeria data, they are responsible for blah, 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 blah. No. That's already existing. All right. There is not going to be anything new. But all of this, as part of the control mechanism being put in place, their main enemy, the only real enemy, is the social media. Do you remember when Layamo said, was asking the National Assembly if they could give him or make law, anything at all that could give them the power to switch on and switch off the internet in Nigeria, like they did in Gabon, like they did in some of these African countries. Whenever the dictators there wanted to rig their elections, they switch it off. Do you remember when Layamo asked for that? I told you they've never really given up on that. This guy, Bosun Tijani, and whoever they gave the communication whatever to, right? They are going to use the fact that he's a young person with that young face, speak some level of, add some accent to that your Ejigbo English, yeah? And then afterward, you know, the young people will see you as a kind of an inspiration. Carry them, reach the middle of the river show them the picture, right? And then tell them, if you can't swim, you're on your own. Just like a ISA pandemic did. Now, in all of this, one crucial thing that could have actually make sense from, it's not even just one, talking about a collection of that, data. When ISA pandemic was there, okay, usually, all right, when you get some of this data, they are very useful for security. The Bosun Tijani, if he needs any data to help economy, okay, he can easily just go to the NBS where they are writing the figures. That's where you can know, where you can invest in Nigeria, which area needs development and all of that. If the numbers were right, Abi, so Bosun Tijani could get from that. But you see, the good area of data collection, especially for security purpose, when they are listening to your communication, is to prevent crime, all right? Or, to prevent a crime from happening. It was under these criminals. They were acquiring different sophisticated equipment to spy on Nigerians. But guess what? The terrorists in Nigeria, the kidnappers in Nigeria, they continue to make phone calls where they are using their victims' phones to make contact with their families for days, for weeks, to collect their ransom, right? And none of this information has been used by the same ISA pandemic that has been listening to those who are talking about Bokwari. If you say something about Bokwari's government, then even right now, about 28 days ago, right, using the same spy machine or spying system that they put together, not to protect Nigeria, okay, but to protect the criminals who are destroying Nigeria, right? They used that 28 days ago. They tracked the young man in Abuja, starting from what he posted on social media, a sort of a media platform, who shared in media, news about this same judiciary, okay? Fashola and the judiciary writing the judgment, all right? Fashola and the Nigeria Daura Secret Service, Abidokpemu Stupid Service, they used this same mechanism, the data and everything, to track down this individual within just minutes. They tracked him down, picked him up, and locked him up since then. Because they said he wrote something that is not true, a defamation. But they locked him up for 28 days. There are people that have been locked up that way, using that same mechanism, okay, tracking them down, but they've never been able to track terrorists in that Nigeria. So, Bosun, Dele Alakori, Mary Odili, and the rest of those who are still going to speak, pastors, imamu, afasi, and the rest of them, your bishop, your elder statesmen here and there, they are all going to speak the same language to gaslight you by telling you that you are going to be the problem and something must be done. That's what they are telling themselves in the corner of their different rooms right now. What do you think we can do? We need to control the social media. That is where they normally organize and mobilize. So we need to begin to put in place mechanism to control this. So if we can control the way they communicate, we can control the situation. And I promise you this, that's exactly what they are working on right now. Yeah, because the tension is high. No matter how much you pretend on social media, that you are seeing it or you are not seeing it, right there in Nigeria, there is actually a real tension about the tribunal. This legitimacy battle that you are hearing is actually so real on the street of Nigeria. So they need all these pastors. They need all these, your religious leaders, your elder statesmen, old men and women, to begin to drop in. So as you are kind of pushing them and say, sure, Baba, leave us alone. What kind of advice is this? Do you get what I mean? So they can easily just tag you what they have always wanted to tag you, the fascist. And if that is what you want to be, then they need to do something. They need to control you. They need to control what you can do. And from what I have heard, right, in their way of controlling the situation, there are so many of you that will end up in exile. There are some of you that are going to end up in prison, just disappear. The reason is because they believe that without the social media, there's actually no power. There is actually no fighting chance for those who are going to reject, or those who have rejected the charade election, and those who are saying all eyes on judiciary. Control that. Pay people to convince people not to participate. You will begin to see messages, videos, voice messages on your WhatsApps. I say, forward this to people. Hello, my people. I just want you to know that I am currently I am somewhere in Imo State. The Igbos are already doing a meeting. If you see all the guns that are here, they are saying that they are going to bomb Nigeria. If the tribunal fail to declare Peter Obi, you begin to hear those kind of audio recorded by some lunatics. All right? It is to drive a narrative that those of you who are asking the judiciary to do the right thing, you are the problem. What is wrong with you? Why are you so insistent? Why are you why are you talking about the judges? What is wrong with you? You have lost the election, move on. So the preparation to lead to that, you see this tribal, religious, this and that, you are going to begin to see from your mama, from your papa, they will begin to receive all those voice notes. Mayegun, please, help us share this. Have you seen what they said that the Igbos are planning because of Peter Obi? Mayegun, these people are going to show Nigeria. Some of you will see them as good thing in your ignorance. Some of you are going to see them as insightful thing. You, Mayegun, have you seen a video? Have you seen the video of where they have captured some Yoruba? They said that they will kill them if they don't declare Obi winner. They will kill the Igbos if they don't. You will see some of them too making video. You be like say all of you Igbos. You be like say you dey craze, Abi. You think say judiciary will declare Peter Obi, and all of you go see day around here. We go kill all of you. If you try to think, if judiciary, all those things are going to be flying soon. As you are hearing them and seeing them, my advice for you is this. If you come across them, there is no point in trying to find out is it true or not, because they are not, and they will never be. I told you before that, as the days for your judgment is nearing, you will begin to even ask yourselves, wait, why are these people saying we should? Why are they gaslighting us? Do they have the judgment already? Like, have they seen the judgment? So why are they expecting that there is going to be crisis or something is going to happen? Why are they always why are they saying that? She wants to read judgment. So to those of you who are coming across my video today, I'm saying this to you because I'm speaking from experience, okay? I am not just trying to make you just listen and no. I want you to kind of think about this as real life. I'm actually playing the real life scenario for you right now. I'm talking about things that are going to generate crisis. It's not because of you. It's not because of you, the obedient, and other Nigerians who have rejected this nonsense, right? It's not because of you that there is going to be violence. They know, but they need to set the stage. They need to stir the water. They need to up the propaganda. They need to up the gaslighting. They need to make you feel doubtful of yourself. They need to make you start feeling guilty of your judgment. They want you to believe that whatever you are thinking right now about this case of court or no court, just know that somebody else is controlling you. Somebody is trying to use you. Listen to me. The propaganda is going to make you feel like if you stand up against these criminals, you are not standing up against them. You are fighting for Obi. They will make you think that what you are doing, you are not thinking straight. That's the intention. The whole thing is to make you feel so guilty, confused, and lost. And this bombardment is going to come from every left, right, and center. And you know our mama and our papa, we be say, if you know the kind of propaganda that goes on WhatsApp, Jesus. Sometimes I wonder, especially the young people who are doing all these dirty, horrible things, helping this APC, Egbekegbe, to cook up serious divisive rhetorics on WhatsApps, sending them to our mothers to forward to their group chats, and they begin to go and call their children. Joe, they said they will kill everybody tomorrow. They said they will shake in the cock. There are people who do this. And when they do them, they are just like, then they wait. They wait and see how people are going to get controlled. Your mind. You know? So that is why when you come across them, I beg you in the name of whatever you believe in, everything you hold dear. Don't send them to me and begin to, Mayegun, listen to this. Mayegun, listen to this Northerner. Mayegun, listen to this man from Borono. Mayegun, listen to this audio. Mayegun, see this video I just come across. Every one of them telling you, that somehow, some group of people are actually grouping somewhere with guns, weapons, and they are going to unleash on Nigeria, and they just want to use you. All of these are called mind games. You're going to come across them soon. Trust me. I have seen it before many times. Even those of you who believe that you are smart, I have seen many of you falling many times. My ego don't think you know everything. I just received one information now. This information is very vital. You send me the information. Then I see forwarded. God knows how many times or how many people they forwarded the old voice notes to before they finally forwarded it to you. My ego, I know. Don't know they believe say you know everything. My ego, listen to this voice audio. This guy is talking from a mountain from Benue. He saw these big places where these Fulanis are ready. They are waiting. You see, they have all these people here. They have the. Oh, calm down. Sure, you get me now. You're going to come across a lot of them now. A lot of them. And the intention is to make you, the Yorubas, renew that hatred they want you to have for the Igbos. You see, those of you Igbos, they want you to also renew whatever hatred you have for the Yorubas too. And vice versa, all across the place. For those of you who are Christians and those of you who are Muslims, how they are going to knock yourselves together. You begin to see all those voice notes in these coming days. Mary Odili, that just came on now, is just one of many. Remember that Kumuyi came out a few days ago. Before Kumuyi, remember that it was Pastor Adeboye. Before Adeboye, it was Confessor Wole Soyinka. Before Wole Soyinka, there are some other people who have been telling you that this your reaction cannot solve anything. All of you, abusing people cannot solve anything. You need to understand that Peter Obi can never be president of Nigeria. And you're asking how? Why? Because he can never be me. All this your attitude, in fact, you are all injuring Peter Obi more. He can never be president of Nigeria. And you begin to say, then what is democracy? No, your attitude, your this and that, there will be more. I'll keep reminding you. All of them will be telling you to calm down. All of them will be telling you that there is going to be another time. There is not going to be another time because they are going to bury it this time around. Once the tribunal and the Supreme Court puts the final nail on that shitty democracy that you think you are practicing. It's not it's not yours to decide anymore. Okay? So I was talking to someone, I was talking to some of my fellow Yoruba Unionists earlier today. And I said, listen, from what I have been shown, from the visions that I have seen repeatedly, okay? the revolution that is going to take over Nigeria and take over the world, is not going to be announced by anybody or group of people. Oh, tomorrow we are, no, it's not going to be. Everyone is going to go to bed like normally. You know, when you survive Nigeria in a day, you call your family together at night. You thank God for the day. And you thank God for the gift of life. Okay? And then you go to bed. You have no idea what is going to happen tomorrow. You have no idea what is going to be the breaking news tomorrow. Because it is Nigeria. Disasters that are happening there, man-made disaster caused by corruption. Something is just going to happen. And you might even be the victim too. So people live for the day in Nigeria, majority of the people. So I said, that's exactly what's going to happen. Everybody's going to go to bed that night, like normally. Everyone is going to wake up the following day, like just every other day. And then the spark is going to happen. Pa! I even described what I believe would happen compared to things that have been happening. What will happen that will lead to this keg of gunpowder to explode in Nigeria will never be compared to the worst things a lot of you have grown cold skin for, grown numb to. I even described it. I said, it may just be Okada man, the passenger, a pregnant woman, and then a road traffic police officer, okay, that is asking for a bribe. And in trying to avoid the police officer, the police officer, for the Okada man to try to avoid the police officer not paying, then they push the Okada guy, and an accident happened. A pregnant woman has lost her consciousness. Now the Okada man is probably also injured. That thing, maybe nobody died, right? Could be the beginning. And everybody will say, by the time the whole country goes up in that smoke of this bottled powder in Nigeria, by the time everything goes up in smoke, now later all of you go to ask yourself, what think actually caused the revolution? Do you understand? That's what I have seen. I'm not wishing it on you. I don't want violence. I'm just saying, listen, by the time it finally happens, right? You are not going to be ready. I am not going to be prepared. It's going to happen spontaneously. And by the time everybody gets to the middle of the road, they'll be asking themselves, wait, waiting caused this revolution? Go. Because I say Sokoto, Kano, Kebbi, Borno, everywhere don't lock down. Their governors, everybody don't run away. Do you know what happens? Baba? It no matter waiting cause them. All of us demand right now. We don't want to see them. Revolution now, this and that. But wait. Is it about that police officer that kills? Is it about no? Now one pregnant woman, the woman herself don't recover. The Okada man herself don't recover. Nobody died, but they just said that anger just started from there. And before you know it, it just spread to the whole. Where did things start from, Baba? Now Abakaliki. Abakaliki. And now they say one village for Abakaliki city. No, village after Abakaliki. Policeman push Okada man, with a pregnant woman. So people thought the woman died. So now waiting cause the revolution for Nigeria be that. Now waiting kickstart and be that. Go and write it down. Revolution can never happen in Nigeria. Kiniko can never happen. You will call it a name. But unfortunately, what will happen to Nigeria? The grave these guys are digging. Now, again, I don't see any of you getting angry. No matter what the anger will be, write this one down too. Go and write this one down as well, right? The tribunal is going to declare Tinubu the winner. They're going to bury your constitution this month, okay? The Nigeria Supreme Court is going to confirm what the tribunal said. Now, see how much anger you're going to have that time, Abi. You're going to expect them to riot. People to go on the street. No. That time when they deliver the judgment, you know what will happen? the same day that Yakubu announced your results, you see that feeling in the whole country that everybody just went dead, quiet. Not even Tinubu's supporter went out there to celebrate. You remember that day? It was like something happened. That is what will repeat itself when that happened. But this is where these guys are going to get it wrong. Go. There will not be any riot. All of you saying, Baba, wait for the judgment. You go, no, nothing is going to happen right away. And just like I said, it's going to be like you have bottled your frustration here. And awaiting no suppose. Rile everybody. Go rile everybody. You know why? Every day, when they are unpacking your shege, as they are unpacking your shege, and you are saying that this is a new shege this month, or more, this is another new shege this month, we go survive them like this. Hey, Baba, and we thought the tribunal will save us, so we beg the judiciary to save us from these people. Ha! God, we beg them, every month they will be unpacking your shege. Every month. So, like I said, spontaneously, you're going to go to bed one night, thank God for the day, for the gift of life, for successfully at least going out and coming back in, and pray to God to wake you up tomorrow so that you can do the same again. So then tomorrow, you're going to wake up like everyone else, just like that, and bam, something is going to spark. I know this guy very well because there's something they are missing. They are still believing in control instead of doing the things that are going to kind of slow down the degenerating state of the country. What do I mean by that? The country is going through hell, courtesy of these criminals, mismanagement and corruption. Okay? Now, if those who care to prevent Nigeria roof from coming down, if they actually care, they will be investing more in the people. I'm talking about things that are directly beneficial to the people, actions that shows, right? In this country, UK, if those who are here, if there is no welfare system per se, for those who live in this country, poor people, their own case will be worse than that of those who live in Nigeria, that everybody lives on their own. Everyone is on your own. Abi? So if you want to curb the level of frustration, poverty, joblessness, insecurity that have further contributed to extensive multi-dimensional poverty of Nigerians, and you begin to pump money in them genuinely, you know, say the tension go dey calm down small. When you walk on your street and you realize that majority of those of you who were graduating, jobless for years, now you go on the street, you realize that you can actually count 1, 2, 3, or just few handful of you who are still looking for jobs, because majority of you have now got something to do. Everybody is now living the life. It is not much, but something to keep building on. Maybe you go to get hope. Maybe you go to believe, say, okay, you go see better if they sustain them. These guys are not doing all of that. Now talk. Free education loan. Palliative money, palliative rice, and all the nonsense they are spewing. There is no actual practical approach. There is no practical investment, no nothing that you can say they are already doing it now, Mayegu. No, they are not doing it. If they are doing it, it's so easy to say. For example, remember when I said you have jobless people? A lot of Nigerians right now, they pretend to have jobs, but most of their take-home pay cannot take them home. Sure, you get, because of the devalued Naira and on like that. So you can classify them as jobless too. Imagine you get job, but you dey beg to pay house rent. You dey beg to pay your children's school fees. You dey beg to balance the hospital bill. Meanwhile, you have job. You are not jobless. But to Tinubu, you still have job. And the rest of that. So imagine if, like they normally do here in the UK and abroad and everywhere, when they give you handover notes and they say from one government to another, they give you the real picture. Meanwhile, you campaigned which means you should also have the real picture of the country, Abi. When you compare the note together, first you get to know how worse or how bad it is. Now that you are the one who is going to be in charge. For months, so, no plan, no nothing, right? It's the way we do it here. Day one, you go down here, America president. Fellow Americans, dear Americans, I don't know how you address yourselves anyway. Sure you get. But here in Britain, you hear that like, dear British people, today, as your prime minister, in our efforts to reduce the dwindling economic misfortune that this country is facing, that has led to job losses, less loss to this and that, my government is putting together a package that is going to go into to save jobs, manufacturing. You are going to get 50 billion pounds. Those of you who are in the teaching professions, we need to hire more teachers. Now, we have seen that there are shortages of teachers, and because of this, we are setting aside 2 billion pounds sterling that is going to recruit at least 40,000 teachers in the next 1 year. Now, plan. So everybody where won't be teachers go be like some go be teachers. The new government too. And immediately, if you go on to the government website, you will be able to read about what they have put together for this sector, that one, this one, and that one. How can you be part of it? How can you participate and volunteer here and there? How can you even register or to take up any job? New government too. And immediately you begin to, if you go to your GP or if you go to your doctors, that announcement made by that new government policy, you don't see them, they don't pay stamp for your doctor office. Because they have already set something around it. Set something aside for it. In Nigeria, there's going to be student loan. Wait, we are working on it. We need to open a bank. So where are you going to get the money from? We're going to get the money from 1% of crude oil money. But there's no crude oil money. You've already they've already stolen that. Don't worry, we will work it around. But school won't resume now. How we go take access student loan? No. For now, we are working on it. School don't enter. Because they had no plan. We have removed the subsidy. People are going to suffer. Now that everything has gone up by 300 to 500%. To solve the whole problem, let us share money to everybody, the poorest. Give them 80,000 naira for family of 6. Because they didn't have any plan for it. They didn't. So if you now ask, where can we now go and collect the money? We are working on the data. In fact, there are 133 million people we want to give money to. There is 8.9 million people in northeast of Nigeria. We're going to attend to them first. We are going to make sure that all the nonsense they are saying, right? None of them shows that you won't end up that frustrated and begin to say, we thought the judiciary could save you. And like I said, bottled frustration, bottled anger, they will continue to gaslight you. And everybody's going to wake up one morning. Or maybe we won't go to bed, got any. And in their usual braggadocio way, because they will show you, they go show all of you. They go show una. Or go still ask yourself that, why are they this? Do they hate you? Of course they don't like you. They hate you. I've said that before. When people say you are not patriotic for condemning these criminals, and I said, no, we are the most patriotic ones. Because if you ask those who have been mostly favored, who have gotten everything, these guys have gotten everything from the system. Everything free. Their family members, everything. They have benefited, like generations of them. So they hold the whole country, at least gratitude, by just doing the right thing with the country instead of pillaging her and impoverishing our population. So they are those who are unpatriotic. They hold Nigeria, everything they are, they've become in their lives. Everything they have become, everything they own, they hold them to Nigeria. They owe everything to Nigeria. So what would you say you hold Nigeria? As ordinary Nigerian. But look at them. Every opportunity they have or they get, they steal, they loot, they pillage, and then they commit genocide, ethnic cleansing, massacre of their own citizens, of their own people. Cover it up. And they call it game of power. Democracy where people have no say. You know, it is game of power. You either take it or you leave it. Listen, they are the most unpatriotic ones who enjoy dividing us, making us feel like we are better than one another because of the tribe we come from. We are better than one another because of the religion we practice. But when it comes to the consequences of the bad leadership that they represent, none of us is anywhere spared. Economic hardship, corruption, mass killings, and all of this, none of us is spared. We are all victims of this. They are the beneficiaries who are kind of making blood money overall. So yeah, they are the most unpatriotic ones. So when you talk about patriotism, by the way, unfortunately, they should just read the judgment and stop being cowards. Read it. And let us all begin the tick-tock, the time bomb. Let me take you a bit further where they said the news. I don't know if you have heard the news. A mother at Lasuth, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, a mother raised alarm recently that one of the intestines of a kidney of her son was missing. She took her son to the hospital, General Hospital, the Lasuth, for medical care. And then, few days after that, she raised alarm that they have removed one kidney from her son's kidneys. And she raised the alarm on social media that got the attention of Wike. So the hospital denied that. Like, I mean, I don't understand. You know, I still don't understand. To remove a kidney, you need to put somebody through that medical procedure. And if it's a child, so the mother must be there. So what happened? The day, I don't know. So I haven't received much of info on that before this press time, but I saw some Wike at the bedside of the young man. And I thought I would just sneak that into this conversation, right? See.
Yes, you can. So I'm here. You can see your doctors. We're going to do everything to make you get well. Okay? So, but I want you to be strong. I want you to be strong. It's going to be difficult, but I want you to be strong. Don't give up. Okay? We're going to do everything we can do to get your strength, to give you back your health, to get you back to school. Okay? The whole country is looking at you, looking at us. And it's our responsibility, God helping us to make sure that you can get well. Okay? So don't give up. Okay?
You know, somewhere cool. But that was a good gesture, by the way, right? We can be like, how could that even happen? The hospital said no, that never happened. But the mother said no, they removed one kidney. They have removed one kidney. How did she know? So normally I would expect them to carry out a test before the governor even got there. So the head of the medical board or whatever there in the hospital should just be with the governor to say, this is the result. There is no sign of any operation or any kind of operation to remove small intestine. Okay, they say now small intestine, no. Small intestine, no kidney. Or you cannot remove small intestine through the mouth now. So it simply means that they must kind of operate the young boy, the young man, to be able to remove that. So it's so skewed, so messed up, okay? But however, I am going to follow that up at some point so that I can tell you what I figured out later. Meanwhile, talking about updates now, let's even talk about updates now. So you remember that local government chairman of Ijebu East that accused the state governor, Ogun State governor, of diverting over 69 billion naira of the local government money since 2019. Now he's been arrested by the DSS. So when people raise the alarm that Mr. A diverted local government money, Mr. B accused him of diverting local government money, which Mr. B accused Mr. A of diverting local government money, which indeed he diverted. Then the councillors of Mr. B's local government came together and they accused Mr. B that accused Mr. A of diverting 69 billion. So the councillors from Mr. B, they came back to accuse Mr. B of also diverting 1.2 million naira. Money that he used for entertainment and tour as a local government. He should come and account for the money. 350 here, 150,000 there, 250,000 here, 400,000 there. They added the whole money together, 1.3 million naira. So they said because their own Mr. B, local government chairman, could not account for 1.2 million naira local government money, he has no right to accuse the state governor of diverting 69 billion naira local government money. Let me tell you something. Ogun State has 20 local government areas. At a point, Irokunle Omoamushi created LCDA, local council development areas, so as to create more jobs for their political jobbers. They could call them chairman local government, LCDA. So making the total 37. Now, 37 local government and LCDA in Ogun State. Let's say they share that 69 billion to all of them from that 2019 to 2023. Each local government would have collected nothing less than, listen to this, nothing less than 1.2, at least, nothing less than 22 billion, at least 22 billion. Imagine if 2 billion entered for local government in the last 4 years. Shey Ifo will be like how Ifo is right now, 2 billion. I'm not even talking about the internally generated revenue. If Odogbolu local government received 2 billion in the last 4 years, and let me tell you something, by the way, that is even just being generous. If the guy did his own math, his own work very well, averagely in Ogun State, a local government collects 250 million naira a month, averagely. I said averagely because you are going to see some local governments in Ogun State that will collect up to 400 million naira from Abuja. But you see all of this money, they go straight into a singular pot called joint account, put together by these fraudulent criminals called governors. So normal, in a single year, Odogbolu local government, my own local government, will receive over, listen to this, 200, they will receive over 2.5 billion naira in a single year. Now imagine in 4 years, Odogbolu local government should have received like 10 billion naira from Abuja. But this is us now talking about 2 billion in 4 years. At 2 billion, at 10 billion, Odogbolu local government no receive chishi. She buying. That's what prompted the local government chairman to raise alarm and said, now. Which kind of thing be this? We are local government chairman, but we can't really do anything substantial. We can't do anything. He raised the alarm. His councillors impeached him. DSS picked him up 2 nights ago. DSS. They picked him up. And when people raised the alarm, which nonsense be this? DSS said they are keeping him for his own safety. That they didn't arrest him. Okay? That for his own safety. Because some people are looking for him. DSSO. So if you are, for any reason, if you are running away from anybody, trying to harm you or harm your family, you can report yourself at any DSS facility. They have a space for people like you. They will protect you, give you food, everything. No be arrest, no be detention. They have a facility there. That's what DSS is saying. DSS Abeokuta. They are waiting for the order from Abuja to bring him to Abuja. Person will accuse somebody of diverting. If not me, if not me, they say, how much do you think dubious Dapo has diverted from the Ogun State local government money since 2019? I will say multiply 20 local government areas. Okay, sorry, 20 local government areas. Give each of them 2.4 billion, 2.4 billion a year. 2.4 billion, mewa anko. Is that not 24 billion? Another 2.4 billion, mewa anko. Is that not 24 billion? So 24 billion every year. 24 billion times 4. It comes 16, it comes 80, 96 billion. Yeah. Talking about 69 billion. It's like being generous. Genuinely being generous. Go to Ogun State. Go to Iperu that Dapo come from. Where Dapo, dubious Dapo is from. Go to Iperu. Go to Remo local government areas. Go to Shagamu and tell me that the local government area that could have had 2.4, I mean, that could have had 10 billion naira in 4 years, but couldn't fix ordinary drainage in 4 years. But the governor that came from there, okay, has arrested somebody that is asking him to come and account for it. So to keep him safe, DSS is keeping him in their custody. They are not we didn't arrest him, we're just keeping him for his own safety. So the person who won't kill you, the person where you accuse, is walking free. You that blow the whistle, they have to lock you up for your safety. That is Nigeria for you. And at the end of the day, it is just dog eat dog of a place. You remember Loretta Onoche? Loretta Onoche, the woman that helped Bokwari to advertise their pyramid rice, paddy rice. You remember? Now, because I just mentioned her, I am going to go and pick up that clip of Onoche, just way back. Here, before I come. I'm coming back, don't go anywhere. This one is a scene from the just concluded NBA Nigeria Bar Association annual general meeting. This is the part you didn't see. For after their president was twerking to Tinubu. Tinubu wasn't on seat here, but this happened.
And the rest, the government is very, very active. But we don't see them, we don't see corresponding activeness on the issue of illegal mining that is happening in Zamfara and other places, depriving Nigeria of the needed revenue for development. When we come to a forum like this, that issue is not raised. What is really happening in Nigeria? Thank you.
I am from Puerto Rico, where there are many oil flow stations. But believe you me, we don't even have a drinking water. Not to talk of a secondary school. I schooled in Benue State, Chilegado College. I am one of the pioneers students. My father was a fisherman in Benue River. And that's why I was opportune to school in Benue State, Chilegado College, 1974. And now, the last discussant said, they have uncountable security agencies in the river area to check concrete. Good enough. Good enough. What a jolly fellow you are. Good enough. That is good. You have killed all of our boys. We don't have money. It's when I travel to the village, I buy garri. I buy fish. Carton of fish to go and share for my people. Because of our village, there's no more fish in the river. Now you say, federal government, you don't even give up secondary school. And you have the God enough to budget trillions to buy aircraft.
Madam.
No. No.
Next question.
I'm ready to die for my people. I'm ready to die for my people.
Excuse me.
The world, the international world is hearing me. I tell you over here and I. Let us tell you over here and I press courses.
You have made your point, madam. Can you relieve her of that
You got to kill us. You got to kill us. You got to have a school. Thank you.
Talking about the Zamfara gold for the Zamfara. And what do you call it? The Southern oil for Nigeria. Then she kind of, remembers the good old days when people actually got protected by, they got protected by their own military. But sorry is the case today. Anyway, like I said, it's just on the side. A lot of you have heard about Loretta Onoche. If you have forgotten her, right? Loretta was this woman that helped advertise the paddy rice of Bokuwari. Let me give you the backstory, okay? Backstory. Give me 1 second, though. I want to quote what you can say you can call the right figure. I'll go check them. In 2019, in fact, yes, 2019, Bokuwari's government of APC, Egbekebe, they approached the Africa Development Bank, where Akinwumi Adesina, former agriculture minister in Nigeria, is their president, African Development Bank. So, to take a loan of $2 billion. The purpose for the loan was to fund a program called Anchor Borrowers Program, whatever. So Anchor Borrowers Program was to support the Nigeria farmers by making sure they have access, not just to land, but good seedlings, fertilizers, including machineries in some cases, access to everything that could help them to grow food so that Nigeria can become sufficient in food production. Hunger can go away. Poverty can begin to die. A very good idea that was meant to help crash the food prices or food inflation in Nigeria. So from the beginning of 2019, after Bokuwari rigged the election in 2019, okay, AFDB, African Development Bank, approved the loan, $2.5 or so billion. But they were going to be releasing the money in tranches to the Central Bank of Nigeria, who would then disburse the money to the farmers. And the plan was, Nigeria is a place where things really, really grows. And if we have thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of farmers growing different kind of food, it won't take more than maybe 2 seasons before Nigeria will begin to supply food to other West African countries, before Nigeria will stop importation of food. So they were going to grow rice. Nigeria staple food, very popular. Rice. But, it's becoming something that's luxurious now. So after taking the loan, it was the time for disbursement. In 2019, Bokuwari's government disbursed 34.27 billion naira to farmers. Out of this 34.27 billion naira given to farmers in Nigeria, 30.27 billion of that money goes to the farmers in northern Nigeria. Did you hear that? Only 4 billion got to farmers, possibly to some of their friends in southern Nigeria. That was 2019. By 2020, Bokuwari's government Central Bank of Emefiole
they have already released, they released another money. A total of 424 billion naira. This was in 2020. Out of this 424 billion naira released for the Anchors Borrowers Program, the farmers and the beneficiaries, 92% of this money, which according to this data, comes to 390 billion naira of that money, went straight to the farmers in northern Nigeria as well. Come to 2021, Buhari's government, central bank released another 949.18 billion naira. Out of this money in 2021, listen to this, 801 billion was shared to the farmers in northern Nigeria. The rest to farmers in southern Nigeria. In 2022, which was last year, Buhari's government then released 629.04 billion naira on this same project. The purpose was to make sure that the farmers that were given this money, when they finally get all the grown food ready, okay, they will be able to pay back the money, the loan, and they will make profit because Nigeria was going to help them process all of the farm produce so that there will be no waste. But towards the end of last year, when it became obvious that most of the farms that they expended this money on, most of the farms are now in the areas controlled by the different kind of terrorists in northern Nigeria. Nigeria government cannot go to those places anymore. In fact, most of those crops are now being harvested by the terrorists who controls those areas in northern Nigeria. Nigeria run at loss. But that was just the story. That they are actually public. Even the corrupt Kolu, the Jaga banditi, Jaga addicti, Aṣíwájú àwọn olè, Aṣíwájú àwọn agbèrò, Tinubu, when he saw the data of the fraud of what they did with AFDB loan, it is through disbursement that the real corruption took place. They found out that not that Nigeria lost money from that investment. The farmers, most of the farmers have been killed. Those ones that are now have not been killed have run away from their villages. They are now refugees in different parts of Nigeria, even outside Nigeria. But in fact, during the scheme of sharing the money in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, they discovered that out of all of the 2.5 trillion naira that Nigerian government spent on Anchor Borrowers Program, number one, food price no crash for Nigeria. It got worse. Okay? However, they discovered that 1.1 trillion naira of the money actually went straight into private pockets. The people they disguised as farmers and they gave money to. Sure, you get 1.1 trillion naira of the money they borrowed from my bank that they will have to pay interest back on. No, 1.1 trillion naira, Emefiole and Buhari, they share the money. So even Tinubu is asking for the money. Now, why did I tell you all that long story? It's because Loretta Onoche is in the news again. Okay? She did a video on this Anchor Borrowers Program. They started asking those other farmers who has something to show. They said, please, we need you to bring all your rice. We want to show Nigerians that Buhari's government Anchors Borrowers Program was a success. In fact, it has crashed the fruit price in Nigeria. Nigerians are going to be enjoying it soon. So here are the rice. Or like Ajogba Taitu, Ajogba Botu, or Ajogba Fida. I'm talking about Jackson, Dr. Ajogba Fida of Oshun. Sorry to the Oshun people. When they said, what do you have to say about this coming election? This was way back, last year. Last year was 2022. I'm talking about 2018 Oshun election. So they were doing this interview. And Adeleke wanted to complain about APC, Egbekegbe, bribing people with food after making them poor. I think it was a debate or something. And Adeleke was like, if you go to Oshun today, there are so many rices that this APC, they are sharing to buy votes. So in the case of APC, Egbekegbe, to show to Nigerians that the Anchors Borrowers Program of Bokwari, the project of 2.4 to 2.5 trillion naira of borrowed money, was a success. There were rice and there were rices. Loretta Onoche, in remembrance.
Should come and see this. Everyone should come and see this. This is marvelous. This is wonderful. I have been hearing about it over the last few weeks. And then today, I'm so delighted to be here. Look at this. This is all rice. Look at this. Just look at this. Just look at this. Look at this, surrounded by rice. God bless the Nigerian farmers. God bless Baba Buhari. Say Baba. Say Baba Buhari. This is rice, made in Nigeria rice. It's not foreign. This one not be China. This one not be Thailand. This one are Niger. Original Niger rice with flavor, with good taste. This one. Say Baba. See rice. See rice. I have never seen something like this. This is brilliant. This is wonderful. I just love the ambience of this place. I love this place. Woo! This is, just look at. Just have a look at. Just have a look at. Just watch.
Watch more.
Just watch. And all of them have thank you, Baba Buhari, on them. Very appreciative Nigerian farmers. Most of them benefited from the Anchor Borrowers Program. And here are their products. They are here at the Abuja Trade and Convention Center. Everyone should come and see. Look at, we are still going. We are still going. See what we have here. See what we have here. See, this is rice. This is rice.
Yeah.
Rice. Ooh, rice. Rice, millions upon millions of them. Yes, see. Just look at. Did you hear that? This government is working. Look at it. Anchor Borrowers Program. Thank you to Central Bank. Thank you to our young men and women who have taken to agriculture. Just look at what we have here. This is all rice. Rice. Brilliant. I just love this. Behind me is rice. On my left is rice. In front of me is rice. Everywhere is rice. Rice. And here we come to the last pyramid. It's so lovely. Here. Woo! Beautiful. Wow. Although there's no way I'm not coming back here. I'll be coming back here to see what is happening here again. Thank you, Buhari. Thank you, everyone.
Did you see that scam? So if it suddenly starts raining, the giant of Africa, Nigeria, harvested rice, and they brought it to the open field, dusty ground, and I mean, like, if it started raining, have you not destroyed the whole thing? Because they wanted to show the world. See pyramid. They put sawdust, sandbag. They load them with trailers. And they did the video. That woman lived in the UK. Oh. Loretta lived in the UK before going to Nigeria to go and join this APC. Egbekegbe fraud. Oh. She knows that farmers in the UK or government in the UK will not go and ask farmers to bring all their paddy rice, unprocessed rice, so that they can display them on an open field in Manchester, in London, to show the world how successful their anchors borrow. You see the old paddy rice you saw there, that is 2.5 trillion naira rice. And when they finished the show, the pyramid disappeared. The hunger appeared. They say you appear to disappear. Maguire to inspire, to acquire, prepare to papaya, or every other thing that comes to ya there. All na scam. Me, Mayegun, I have told you this, and I'm going to continue to remind you. If you see anybody from abroad telling you that what is going on in Nigeria, is not that bad, or telling you that you should be thankful that what is going on in Nigeria is not like other places, that you should be praying for your government. If you see anybody from abroad that is telling you or trying to tell you that they are coming back to Nigeria to come and serve their fatherland, so that is why they are joining government, Emi Mayegun will continue to remind you, you will remain mugus for the rest of your lives. Breaking news. Mayegun General has been appointed as a special advisor to the president on youth matter, on Jiginiko matter. And Una started congratulate me. Now, this kind of people we they look for. Now, this type of people we want to be in government. Now, this type of people we want to come and help government Nigeria. Emma Gokuni. Go and search for Ukilonje Go. A lot of you are born, you are born mumus. It's not your fault, oh. That's how they born you. Born mumu. You have a corrupt system. And somebody who ran away from that system suddenly started telling you that, you see, the country is going to be great. I'm coming back to come and work and make Nigeria great. Emma Gokuni. When we finish, a lot of us, we already have our second countries, which is called second addresses. Have you not noticed? Those who told you they are coming back to Nigeria to come and serve, immediately they realize that the money is not coming anymore. They return back to America, return back to where they come from. Now we can't see them on social media. Say, Honorable, it's been a long time. Are you coming back home for 2027 election? Say, well, I'm thinking about it. My dear senator, what they did to you the last time, I am not happy. Honestly speaking, you are the best senator. Are you coming back home for 2023 elections, sir? Because nobody cares about Nigeria for real. Those who care about Nigeria, if you genuinely care, you will promote the breakup of this hegemony, the breakup of this nonsense. I mean, you can start with confederation. Confederation means everybody did their day. But somebody did abroad, you tell them, now your type we are looking for in this country. If you want my type to serve in public office, in what is today's Nigeria, you will first have to break up that Nigeria. Break it up from this. Do you understand what that means? It means we have to first tell ourselves the truth. Nobody is coming to serve Nigeria. Nobody. Everybody is coming to take their own share. Sure you get? And the longer it takes, because the moment we are done, where do you think we are going back to? Me with my American passport, or British passport, or Canadian passport. So you go think, say, I love Nigeria that much. The free money that I'm coming back to come and collect, it don't finish. I will can't stay there, can't they do one Nigerian with you, one this? No, now, come on now. Have you ever seen any of them who did that? Now, una go they text them on social media. Honorable, are you coming back for election? Honorable, are you supporting Kiniko because Emma Gokuni? Goku? Oh my God, don't you be? Goku? Yes, it is what it is. Loretta Onoche got rewarded. She wasn't just made special advisor to Bokwari on social media matters. She later became the chairman of NDDC, or more, NDDC, Niger Delta Development Commission. She was that NDDC chairman or something for a few months. Okay? But last month, Loretta Onoche started calling his family member that she gave a place to in London to say, Ajoko le dundun, konile marele, Ajoko le dundun, konile marele. Because you know, something with the chop. If it's about to finish, sometimes you should begin to look at what is available. She started calling his nephew, Abi, whatever. You know, when she first got the appointment to be special advisor to Bokwari, the whole family, hello, sister Loretta. Sorry, me and my wife, we are currently stranded, and we are in London. We don't have a house. Please, auntie, I know that your house. You know, you are now a special advisor to president now. Can we stay in your place until we settle down? Oh yeah, no, it's okay. I'm a very good person with good arts. Oh yeah, come and collect key. We didn't know all of this until now, until yesterday. So Loretta said, when she realized that they go soon sack him, okay, like the whole thing don't come to an end. All of the lies and the schemes and all that, I need to go back to where I come from, go back to my grandchildren, and go back to my enjoying my life. All the people they lied to for 8 years, all of you they deceived, all of you they destroyed your lives while you are waiting for them that they will deliver what they promised you. It's time for them to move on. She was to move back to London. That was when she realizes that they have changed her number. They have blocked her contacts, okay? They have changed the lock. They don't want her to come back there. Out of all the money where you make, selling rice in Nigeria, you still won't come back to these flats, you don't even get shame. So she started avoiding her. And she wanted to come back to her house instead of becoming homeless. So she visited her house. Now, when she got there in London, right, when she got to her house, she said she's been trying to get in. But every time they seen her coming, they will lock the door. And no matter how long she stays, they won't open the door. I understand that treatment. Very horrible. And it's not good. You don't bite the fingers that feed you. Even Loretta bit the fingers that fed her anyway. But anyway, don't do that. It's not really nice. Really not good, okay? But for Loretta, it became obvious that it's not because his cousin or his nephew can't afford his own place or our own place, whatever, right? They just felt like, if you come inside, we are going to record you and push you on social media. You this shameless auntie. After all the money you made in Nigeria, you just came by. They sacked you last week. They sacked you. Bokwari don't finish government for the past 3 months. They can't sack you last week now. You can't come here and say, we'll give you key. They have to call police. But Loretta, until Loretta, she said the wife of the guy saw her coming. So she quickly came through the back door, okay? Came through the back door and went to the front of the house, and just so she could see her, jammed the door, closed the door and locked it. But she made a mistake. She didn't lock the back door that she came out from. So Loretta said she went to the back. That's how she found herself in their living room. And the drama ensued. Former presidential advisor of Nigeria, NDDC chairman of Nigeria. Loretta, first, call the police.
We have to clear the
Two of
place.
us can be the same. Just clear the 2 rooms upstairs and let us move in. That's all.
I should clear what?
The two of the 3 rooms. You can stay in one.
I've been indoors since morning. I've not been feeling well.
Yeah.
He just kissed me. That's disgusting.
You are my son.
No, I'm not your son. I'm not your son. Get out of my room. Get out.
Okay.
Get out. Dress that bed first, then you get out.
Can I have the duvet back, please?
If you don't get out, then I will use that broom.
Hope you can see
I will
her.
use that bed
Look
and
at that.
smack you. If you don't dress that bed.
Emmanuel, let me have the duvet.
Okay.
Get the duvet for me, please.
You're not coming to my bed.
Emmanuel.
Get on my bed. You know why you're not here. No. Don't try that. Don't try that. Try that. Try that. I will tell my dad. Let me see that. Let me try that. Try. I will tell my dad. I'll tell him call the cops again. I will use this and smack you. Your phone. When I get back upstairs, call the cops for me, okay? They call
Come on. Everybody reads what they say.
Armenian police, okay?
So that's my...
Okay?
It's so sad, right? Or if you listen to the voice of that little kid, you could tell that there could be some abuses in that house. For those of us who actually live in the UK, if you have a kid that is talking like that, I'll use this my belt to spank you. I'll use this broom on you. I'll slap you. Don't touch in all those things, right? They are probably the common word in the house in a way for a kid to be very articulate like that. But until Loretta, can you believe that? She's a grandma. She's not just auntie. She's a grandma. She's kind of like older. She lived in the UK like everyone else, did all her normal legit job, did her OZU, and achieved whatever she achieved for herself. For herself. But when an opportunity to go and fleece Nigeria presented itself, she packed her bags and left for Nigeria. But for the caveat, right, you don't treat people that help you like that. Oh. I have seen many things. I've seen many people like that. You turn it around. Like, okay, fine. Some of us don't like Loretta, but it's her house. She helped them. She housed them for years. And according to her, they never paid rent. Not because they can't afford it. They are very okay. According to her, they are doing fine. But they were supposed to stay in a place and leave a room. Like if I give you my house, in the UK, for example, if I give you my house, I'll tell you to stay away from my bedroom. Pay the bills. I'll pay my rent, but pay the utility bills because you are going to be using them. But stay away from my bedroom. Don't go to my bedroom. Don't even go there. All right? Don't get so free that because I'm not there, don't go to my bedroom. But unfortunately, some will say it's karma. But it's not good. That's not karma. That's actually wrong. I would have felt sorry for her, but anyway, it's Loretta. You don't want to waste your sorry. So she said, pack out of my room and give me that spare room. The police came later, according to her, okay? And they gave them time to start packing out. And they started begging. But before then...
We have to clear the
Two of
place.
us can be the same. Just clear the 2 rooms upstairs and let us move in. That's all.
I should clear what?
The two of the 3 rooms. You can stay in one.
I can stay in one.
Back, yes.
Okay. I'm listening.
Before yourself, so they break out on the phone. This sounds like a Sesame Street episode. Chingon, I got the tape I needed. Now what? This looks like the back room school. like the back, the rooms in the back, not the actual back.
So that's Auntie Loretta. When they say Ilela Bosimioko, I would have expected Loretta to retire back to somewhere in Delta. I think she's from Delta State, isn't she? Where's she from? Somebody who spent 8 years with Boko Haram. You would expect her to retire to Delta or retire somewhere to continue to groom the young people on Abi. Nobody care about you. Now they deceiving herself. She don't come back here. If they call her to come and collect another appointment, now so she go carry on for head again and say, Nigeria, blah, 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 nonsense. Now una be mugu where they believe them. So the arrangement is that they should give them time and they should use one room in a house. So the reason why I said that's not a good behavior is because she achieved whatever she achieved. She bought a house before she left for Nigeria, okay? And I understand what working hard genuinely truly means for those who earn their living in this country. There's no shortcut in this country. Do you understand? I live here. So if I see somebody who actually have all of that and they begin to shout that they love Nigeria, they love Nigeria. They don't love Nigeria. They are looking for a chance. A lot of them are here. Do you get that? A lot of them are here. Free money. They want to be friends with all these criminal politicians because they want them to be called back to Nigeria. And they will say, Omo, if I have like 20,000 pounds, that's 20 million naira. If I have like 200,000 pounds, that's like 220 million naira. I can go and contest House of Rep. I know this Tinubu's son, or I know Tinubu's brother, or I know this one that know this one. Everybody is coming to come and rip you off, to come and steal from you. Nobody is coming from abroad, even if they are giving you scholarship. Sorry, Jari. Politicians, abroadian politicians. Nobody say they boss you. Even if I say this 1 million times, una go see they see your mugus, where they go they believe you. So there's no point, okay? But you see somebody where they are abroad, if they send money, whether they organize a party meeting, if they send money for street carnival, if they send money there for you to buy rice and share, and they say, well, he's abroad, he doesn't need anybody's money. Man, if you know this guy, you just pay them small money. Pay some guys small money. They will hype you. If you want to know if I'm a billionaire, I can pay some people in Nigeria. They will hype me and call me billionaire. And you will believe some of them. Yes, you believe some of them. So the whole packaging. Somebody who left a safe place abroad said he's coming to come and save who? Lodo. Come and rescue them. Hey, I'm coming to serve my people all day. Once everybody chop waiting they won't chop, they will tell you, say, but you know, say in America a day before. I've always been in America. I've always been a British. I only came back home. I only went to Nigeria to shop my own. And I'm back here. I'm back fully now. Now, so if you any lot there, waiting for diaspora to come and join your criminal politics instead of you to put the whole thing and pull them down. So that genuine people who left Nigeria, who have a reason, okay, to come and serve in a system that truly represents the people, not this charade you call democracy and all this RNG, rob me, I rob you, rob Peter to pay Paul. Is not helping anybody. And I'm saying this not because I want to sound like I'm just being honest with you. I have seen it happen many times, okay? So if anybody's saying they come from abroad to come and do it, once they finish shopping with the one shop, they go return back here. They know why they are coming in, because the system is built in a way that it will never serve you. It will never work for you. So who is deceiving who? Mr. Falano, sir. No. Pastor Adeboye don't drop the September Lamba in Tigbo, Pekini. Pastor Adeboye.
Darling, we will need 5,000 naira today. 5,000 naira of those days, so when the naira was stronger than the dollar. Don't worry, those days will return. Oh, I know you don't believe me. If the Lord I serve is still on his throne, those glorious days will return. maybe when that happens, you will know that there is a God of miracles.
Okay. I told you that sometimes, now these people, they provoke us. If they can just try and avoid trying to link God to man-made problem, the economy that destroyed Naira, the people who made that happen, they are still in charge. They are still destroying the Naira. So, when you now start telling people that they shouldn't see those who are destroying the Naira because the God you serve, the glorious God you serve, will bring Nigeria Naira glory back. She na so she provocation saying. That will not be said that they whine us now. If we say something now, they will say we are disrespecting them. He's just hearing his view. He knows people don't believe that bullshit, right? But he wanted them to. He want them to believe it. Without any kind of question, you don't believe me, Abi. The God that I serve, if you want to know that he's alive, it will bring the Naira glory back and all of that. I say, amen, just to make him feel better. God, so now God removed the glory. I've been as Satan removed the glory. So God will now bring Naira back to the glory. Do you see where I said they like to confuse me with that, their religious deceit? So reason, if I open chapter now, they go say, Emayegun, you don't talk too much. Do you see how they manipulate people? The guy went to Colorado. I think it was 2021 or thereabout. Pastor Adeboye. Baba de gba mic dani bayi. Baba de sọ fún àwọn èèyàn pé he told God to delay snow. And God delayed the snow because of him in Colorado. Baba. Okay.
Years ago, I was invited to Colorado in America in January. And I thank God that Bishop Mike was there too, he was invited. I don't like cold weather. I don't like it at all. That's why God made me a Nigerian. I don't like cold weather at all. So I pity those who want to run away from this beautiful weather where it is summer all year long and they want to go into congratulations. But I had to go to this meeting. It was very important. So I said to my father, I'm going to Colorado. While I am there, suspend winter. I have a witness here today. Throughout the days I was there, people were wearing t-shirts in January. He pushed away the winter, brought in summer. I boarded the plane at 5 p.m. to travel back to Nigeria. 2 hours after I left, all the snow that had been hanging in the air began to fall. There is a God.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Do you see the provocation? You see the things that will make us say, Babashe and wine in wani. Then they will begin to gaslight us, blackmail us and say, don't talk like that, even if you don't have faith. You know, he said, God suspended winter in Colorado in January. And he had witnesses. The witnesses were there. Even those mama where they wear umbrella, they were kind of like, Akika, Ashiri, Oya Mufun Lamba, Deboye, Oya Fuani Lamba. And he was there saying it with so much conviction. And some people are sitting there and say, the God is great. God, it's possible, Jarema Yegun, you don't have faith. It's because you, Mayegun. See, I wouldn't have gone there if they are not also mix-matching this miraculous God with the miraculous criminals who are tanking and destroying Nigeria. Then get names. I wouldn't have gone there. I just had to compare. I just wanted you to see that. Like, listen, and to suspend the winter in Colorado, ni year not long, some years ago. Because some years ago, that same man drove a whole car with no fuel inside, with no gas, right? He drove it for about 140 kilometers. And he had no money. I mean, he had no fuel in that tank. And everybody still use that as testimony till tomorrow. Because that's how God works in Nigeria. So you can say all of that, fine. But please, into your long, I will advise them to please stop meddling with what everybody knows as the failure of the criminals who are also friends of these pastors, okay? The economy of Nigeria is not going to recover in Jesus' name. The economy or the security in Nigeria is not going to improve in Jesus' name. Shongbo, the, what do you call it? The Naira, Nigerian Naira, is not going to regain its old glory in the name of Allah. Okay? All of these are going to get positive impact the moment they do something right. Stop using Jesus. Stop using Allah and all of these things to shield these criminals from what they are doing. That's what we are asking for. Is that too much? Is that too much to ask? To say, pastors and all of you, can you please stop linking these economic criminals, saboteurs, and the atrocities they are committing? Stop linking them to God and all of this, and telling people that if they believe in God, if they believe in your God, the whole thing will change. That's not how it works. Pastor Adeboye, is that too much to ask? We know how he plays out. Don't tell me that it's his own opinion. He's just trying to hear his own opinion. Shut the look, Pewani. Which opinion will Adeboye hear? You are hearing your own opinion. He is assuring them. If you want to know the God that I serve, it will bring the glory of Naira back. Now, if I say, Oniranye, you are a liar. Oniranye, you are a liar, Adeboye. God is not bringing any glory back. Economy of Nigeria has been captured by criminals. They have names. You are a liar, Adeboye. Say it to their faces. Because the problem is man-made. So when he started telling them if they believe in his God, he's brainwashing them now. I don't think you are that slow. So somebody who is also a believer now, somebody who is a believer, a Christian now, he or she may be offended and say, Mayegun, listen, you don't know how God works. There is a miracle that Lenny Sunday. Did I tell you that I'm here doing competition about Holy Spirit at Holini? I'm talking about somebody who should know better, an accountant who knows about economy. That's what we heard though. They said Adeboye is an accountant, somebody who actually knows numbers. He is in front of people in his church and is telling them that the God he serves will bring the glory of Naira back. How? Show me what mix it up. So if you want to come, they ask me about miracle. Like seriously, or tell them to stay away. Tell them to at least. I know they won't to, but because they won't. Okay, only mathematician, yeah, he knows numbers, yeah. He shall know numbers. Mathematician, right? Adeboye. He knows what is wrong with Nigeria economy. He knows the corruption that has brought this upon Nigeria. He could speak on them. He could use the Holy Spirit to speak to people and say, listen, this Holy Spirit, the last time that I meeting, like, if I be Adeboye, I'll be telling my congregation, Holy Spirit, you're going to tire about you. This situation is like, this saboteurs, one strong you devil law. All of you should open the Leviticus 35. Abikeloshi, Kelotimpe, Jamiu, Zachariah, Suratu, Sanos, all whatever, Situation to hard, so to do and send you.
That's what you expect him to say and explain to them mathematically. If it's Nigerian law, then you can then give them some verses. Cough in your whole body. You know, like if the way the whole thing is going right now, Baba, and everybody know for this. So, like if the way Nigeria is going right now, it's like a crashing aircraft. You because it's safety for anybody. We just wait for the aftermath. You know. Tell everybody the truth like that. Use mathematical description. After that, Konikoloshi Revelation 30, I don't know. I'm just saying, you know. Anything that people can use to hold body. You know, when you're inside a sinking ship. And the violinist, the guitarist, as well as all those people that will be making different sound. You have to tell yourself the truth, right? So you will expect somebody like this to tell you all truth and say, well, any way it be, take this John 3:16, go for your whole body. Take this Jamie 4:13, use a whole body. Or old Rebecca, or anything where you shall go read to whole body. So, but first tell them the truth, not the use Holy Spirit nonsense. Everybody, tell them, oh, you know, what they kind of drag them like this, the more they won't keep short, doing their own part in conditioning the people, right? I promise you, right? Emigo, Nidake, how did you say, Mr. Falano, yeah.
And for here, please, Honorable Senator, please be careful. Disciplined Senator, be careful. Don't provoke Nigerians to mutiny. Please. Because some of the things going on there, we're in trouble. Sir, 70 billion naira for palliatives for 469 people. And when we say no, they say no. It's for facelift of the National Assembly. No, sir. 3 years ago, 37 billion naira was the amount for facelift of the National Assembly. That contract has not been fully executed. There is no review of the contract. So you can't talk of 70 billion naira for facelift. Secondly, 40 billion naira to buy exotic cars now for leadership of the National Assembly. It's not going to be allowed. The latest provocative news from the National Assembly is that 54 billion naira has been earmarked for constituency projects for 360 members of the House of Reps. It has come to 150 million per person. Under these austere conditions in town. So when these figures are oozing out of the National Assembly, Nigerians have been provoked. And enemies of democracy have been provoked. The military has been honest to say we are under pressure. You didn't read it. To dismantle this rickety political system. But somebody told them go and deny it. And they denied. Oh, we are not under pressure.
Let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
So what Baba Falana was practically saying there is that gradually, the injustice and the impunity in the land, nepotism and the corruption in the land, the increasing poverty, crime, and terrorism in the land, and the continued loss of trust in the real establishment, in different institutions in Nigeria, they are all symptoms of a failed state. Adding the fact that it is true, the military once said that they were under pressure from the people. They didn't say. They were under pressure to take over government. They are also looking for something. Everybody is looking for excuse. Sure you get now, to start something. And these guys are also paranoid. They have no idea what is actually right there, lurking in the corner, in the dark. Remember when I told you that when they were telling you that there is going to be a light after the tunnel, that's another lie they told you. Among other lies, so like, how many lies have you been told about Nigeria that you will remember?
Nigeria is one. That's a lie. Abi? Police is your friend. That's a lie. Abi? Bail is free. That's a lie. There is light after the tunnel. That is also a lie. We don't say people to go and check the tunnel. Baba, there is no, see, before you think saying a bob no day. They don't pack all the wire, the cable, everything. Sure you get at the end of the tunnel. So when people come around that they are cooking and cooking, I'm telling you that hold on. Baba, they are asking you to hold on to die in it. Honestly speaking, you know, every one of us can die anytime. So yeah, just wait until you will be unable to actually really fight anymore. So if people are telling you there is a light after the tunnel, after tunnel, would you mean that? Like people will tell you, these guys knows that you see that tunnel that they are promising you, about the end of the tunnel, Rome is not built in a day. Ironic, because when they were building Rome, those who were building Rome, when they were building Rome, they know they still block, still cement. Are you with me? Everybody was contributing. Sweat for sweat, blood for blood, bone for bone. That's how they built Rome. And that was why it was easier or easily monitored to say, okay, can you progress the building of Rome? In that of Nigeria, they have been building Nigeria since 1960, remember? So if anybody tell you, say light day after the tunnel, now darkness day there, and the darkness they scared those who put out the light, who stole all the resources, who stole all the infrastructure that could put up light. They are scared too. They have no idea what is in the dark. And a lot of us are going to find out, by the way. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. You know, they say fuck around. They say fuck around and find out. These criminals knows that they are already fucking around. But they have no idea what's going to be like. So the tension is everywhere. The paranoia is everywhere. The kind of suspicion is everywhere. And you know one thing I learned about being paranoid or having this paranoia is that it is actually the right time to make blunders, make mistakes. Now, if you see the oligarchy in Nigeria, the establishment in Nigeria, who are kind of putting a bit of, trying to put use brush to paint the problems being faced, the existential problem of Nigeria today, trying to talk it away, trying to kind of whatever it is, Baba, just over my blow, like Falana said, they better have all their private jet fueled on standby in their different secret, secret airfield across Nigeria. Because you know something, by the time all of us get to that tunnel, we can't realize in the darkness after darkness, the void in it. Let me know my last in time, Around that time, you now realize that the chaos that is going to ensue is going to be a combination of all frustration that these guys they've never had the intention of tackling, but they love talking about them and, you know, rubbing it on and all of that. We are working on it. And then blaming people and all that. They've been doing it for a while. A lot of you who knows that when they were saying Nigeria go better, you probably never envisaged that Nigeria will get to this stage ever. You never did, right? But it got here. I am saying it to you right now. Those who brought us here, they are not slowing down. Since they are not slowing down, Baba, they've already pushed us so close to it. They have no idea what it's going to be like. Even though they are telling themselves that, waiting they won't do. Oh, no, they can't do anything. That's a lie. Behind the scene, they are worried. And that is why you are seeing all of them now talking, trying to walk your brain, trying to walk and make you begin to feel like, okay, but Shebi, don't let us cause anything. You are not the one trying to cause anything. They need that fear. And since that fear seems to be disappearing now, that means they have lost control. But they don't want to show they've lost control. They want to remind you, we have the soldiers, we have this, we have that, and this. You know what I mean? If you do this, we'll unleash the terror on you and all that nonsense. But behind the scene, Baba, they are scared. The oligarch is scared. And like what you witnessed in Gabon, you know, some people will say, for you to know that nobody elected them, okay, they will continue to hide from you or give more reasons why they will hide from you. This guy is the president of a place, so you, by the way, watch.
There'll be no acceptance. But this happened before.
Yeah, before they knock it down.
Yeah, it's true.
This is my thing.
There was a nasty looking government out here.
There was a
The restaurant here, the lighthouse restaurant.
First play area.
Yeah. Yes.
Stay with the
Yes.
I used to see them watch them.
Really?
And they were waving. Oh, they're What are you doing here? Where are you from? Not British. Twenty. Oh, we are all from there. I said I'm meeting more people. Okay, enjoy it. Yesterday, this understand. But why do you come? Why don't you think this? Why do you come to our area?
Oui, ça va.
Français?
Oui, je parle français.
Ouais. Tu es going back?
Yeah, I'm going back.
What you say here? Okay.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Okay? Good.
Yeah.
Where's your camera?
You're new here.
Then you are new.
Then you're new here.
Then you don't. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
You know, how come you
I just in the newspaper on the television.
Because you are here only now.
Yeah.
If you were always here, you see me.
Only you I see working here, but not the first.
Don't tell my
I like that. You know, not here. Very good.
Because he works late. Shaduka.
But that's their president. I can't remember all those names are quite a little bit tricky to call, by the way. But that's Namibia president. They say that's what he does all the time. Like he kind of walk from his house and he walks through the beach like that. It's his area. Then he walks back again. And people kind of see him normally, you know. If you are elected, you will not be afraid of anyone trying to kill you. Namibia is a small country. It's like you having a Ekiti state governor or Zamfara state governor mingling with people freely because they elected him as president of Zamfara or president of Ekiti. But practically what I wanted to show to you there is that, you know, it is not all about this gra-gra of power, 1,000 convoy, soldiers displaying this or that, showing force and all of that, intimidating your own citizens to show to them that don't dare me. If you dare me, I can do and undo. Whatever. Somebody will get the same power for some time now. He don't they shout, make some noise. His son, he hasn't seen his son. He hasn't seen his wife and some members of his family. In one of their homes, somebody will be saying that just chief of staff to his own son. They found this bag of money in his own house. If they shout everywhere now, say, make some noise. Right?
Non, je prends pas. Je prends pas.
Je repars là pour rencontrer le général. Oui, je repars là pour rencontrer le général, il n'y a pas de problème.
Attention.
Allô?
C'est le procureur.
Allô?
C'est où tu as quitté là-bas?
Allô? Allô? Oui, allô? Oui. Oui.
Africans. You know, it's so similar to that of Nigeria. When you go to the houses of some of these criminals, state governors and the rest of them like that, when you go to their guest houses, you will see bags of money. They're just there. It is like kind of, you know, a status, a thing. You know?
People that are so poor that all they have is money. Do you understand that? The people that will tell you, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it, because they are so poor that all they have is money. So if you take the money or the effort of stealing money out of the place, they will become a complete shadow of themselves. Idea of how to create money, how to create wealth, they don't know that. Or the idea of how to steal money in bags, put them in foreign accounts, put them in septic tanks, put them in underground cells, put them in places that they are of no real value, just for status. They have the brilliant ideas. Come on, they'll sit you down and tell you from experience. African criminals. And whenever they are caught, hey, democracy is in danger. We need to make sure democracy is survive in Africa. Democracy surviving for who? For kleptomaniacs, anti-democratic elements. So to whose advantage is the survival of democracy in Africa? To these kleptomaniacs? These criminals? Well, a sad and terrible sort of a tale, you say. I thought I should share that with you. Now going back to what they have turned Nigeria into. Have you noticed that there has been so much increase in drug trafficking and people that are being caught since Tinubu became the president of Nigeria? Have you noticed that? Like serious busting here and there, because the audacity, people just carry drug, enter Muritala, buy ticket, they are going to India. Carry bag of drug. Say you are going to UK. I mean, really, the audacity, Nako State. After rigging Pablo Escobar, Pablo Ecowasi. Have you noticed, or you haven't? It means you like semo vita. You know, since semo be my food. Semo. I can chop semo for morning, afternoon, evening. Semo in the morning, semo in the afternoon, semo in the evening. Just change the soup. I'm good to go. And I can eat that for a whole year. Morning, afternoon, evening. Monday to Sunday. January to December. And I will still be here. Very fine. Semo. They won't come make me eat semo now. My own semolina. I be semo vita. Because they don't repackage jam. Imagine me, I go Kashmir in Glasgow to go and buy my food. And I say, give me semovita 4. They carry semovita 4 for me. It can't end up being one of those drugs from Lagos that misroad enter here. And then breaking news. That Mayegun from Glasgow is caught with a bag of semolina cocaine. I'm just trying to tell you that. Although a lot of you know this, a lot of you are living Nigeria now. You see, this information I'm about to give you can actually save your life and change your life too. People will tell you, if they go outside Nigeria, even people that you know, if they tell you, say, Joe, I want you to help me drop this bag. Somebody will meet you at Heathrow. Somebody will meet you at Gatwick. Somebody will, on the arrival, Baba no drama. Finally, whatever you are going through in Nigeria right now, it could be like Shai's play. You know those otter witches, You go to say now because now your case then they're on top this time around. Don't do it. Sorry, just help me give this phone to my brother in London. You don't know what is it. Don't take anything from anybody, even people where you know, your cousin, even your papa, your mama. If you know Pakam, if they know Pakam for your present like this, no take a more. It broke my heart when I saw my semovita in the video. Cocaine in one packs in semovita, ladies and gentlemen. Just thought you should kind of view it. So there are some things that they are very common and people still fall for them, okay? Somebody is helping you to buy food from Nigeria. They will pack your food and the rest. Make sure you are dealing with people you actually trust, okay? That is if you are receiving package from anywhere in Nigeria, the audacity of these drug dealers now that Escobar is your president is daring. They walk straight to the airport with bags of drugs, okay? And some are saying that maybe if they bribe well. The issue now is that if you are caught in Nigeria, you are lucky. Some of you may not understand this, okay? If you by any chance get caught carrying drugs and you are caught in Nigeria, I swear to God, you don't know what God has done for you. But if they bribe them in Nigeria and you left Nigeria and you cross the ocean, your family may not see you again. You may never go back to Nigeria alive. So that is why in this hard time, somebody suddenly is interested in sponsoring your UK visa, sponsoring your abroad visa. From the blues, they call you. They will pay the money. Come, bring your passport. I'm saying this. It's nothing. I'm not saying you should say no. I'm saying when situation gets to a stage that you have to pack your bags, don't claim ignorance. So don't go and say you want to try your luck. I know a lot of people will not listen to me. It doesn't matter. But if now one person life, this message save, I am happy and satisfied. It's real. Be careful. There are people who are currently working. They are human traffickers. So once they pretend to want to take you out of Nigeria, at this point, with the level of corruption in Nigeria, if you cross the border, your family may not see you again. And I mean that because we have seen enough. However, kudos to the airport authorities, NDLEA that stopped those, and those they are kind of doing their job, stopping these criminals from Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians are going to be lured. You know, Nigerians have always been lured into the higher the crime, or sorry, the higher the poverty in Nigeria, the easier to be able to recruit Nigerians to carry out some of this smuggling. Okay, if they arrest you in Nigeria, you can do your jail time in Nigeria. They will release you. If they arrest you abroad, your family may never see you again. So those who want to take advantage of you, some of you will believe that nobody can take advantage of you. The poverty that is going on in Nigeria right now, a lot of you want to escape that. And any opportunity is an opportunity. Be careful. Be very, very careful. I won't say more than that. I just thought I should kind of take a moment, okay, to say thank you. I was going to pick up on something else. I was going to take calls, but I realized that I have actually been speaking for the past 160 minutes. That's 2 hours, 40 minutes. And that should be it. I can't take calls anymore, but I will take it some other time. Watch my video from the start. If you joined us midway, okay? Like the broadcast if you can, if you haven't already. How can we have over 3,000 of us on YouTube and only 900 of us actually paid their offering? I don't know why I keep saying that all the time, but I hope you will do what you have to do. Like the broadcast, okay? Share it. Subscribe to my channel. And the next time I come on, we would have a space for calls, okay? I think I just used the whole minute tonight. So thank you to all of us. And thank you to those of us who have actually, been so generous tonight as well, okay? So thank you. I will see everybody some other time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1. òyìnbó níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun diary, diary politico.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.